Welcome back to Creative Tien channel. Today we are going to make a puff stitch. There are many ways to knit a puff stitch, and I'm going to use a simple method by knitting an extra yarn at an interval, and you can tighten the yarn to make it more three-dimensional or make it more flat. And again, we are going to do it on the LK150 knitting machine. If you have other type of knitting machine, the technique is the same. And this is a yarn I use, Katia Marino Baby. It's about the sports weight, and it's easier to have a thinner yarn to create a more delicate texture, because otherwise it might get too bulky. Here I'm starting with 30 stitches. And again, you can cast down as many stitches as you like. And we just need a few rows of plain knitting. And I'm usually using just the E-rub cast on, but you can use any type of cast on you prefer. I'm using tension 6, and I will need a few rows of plain knitting. Now we can start with our puff stitch. You can use the same yarn, or you can use an elastic if you need it to be elastic. I have some thin elastic that's usually for jewelry making, for bracelet, beading, and you can use any type of elastic. You just have to experiment. Or you can use a dental floss, because a dental floss is usually pretty strong, and it's either white or semi-transparent, so you don't really see it a lot in the back side. And for the interval, it depends on how big you want each puff stitch to be. Here I want to do every 5 stitches. I'm going to use dental floss for this one, and I push out every 5th needles. And in the next round, I will pick the needle in between, so it will be either this one or this one. And I hang a clip at the end of the dental floss and place the floss in the hook of each needle, the one we just pick out. And then we will just knit one row. Make sure the dental floss doesn't get caught. And you can decide the row numbers between the manipulation. I will do 5 rows. Now we are going to do the second part of the hand manipulation. And the first one, in that row, we have every 5 needles starting from the 5th needle. That's that one. And now we're going to pick a stitch in between the previous needles. So it will be here. It will be the 3rd stitch of the 5 stitches. So here I will pick this one. I push out a little bit. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we just go from the other side, from the outside, and place it in the hook. So make sure it's in the hook. And then we can knit one more row, and then we need 5 rows plain, just like before. 1 row, and then 5 rows. And now we will just keep repeating this part, and we'll go back to repeating this row. So that's every 5 stitches, starting from the right side. I'll push the needle out so the latch open up. 1, 2, and place the dental floss in the latch. And hold it with your hand, and we will need another row and then 5 plain rows. So totally we'll need 6 plain rows. Now 5 more rows. Now we go from left to right again. That's the 3rd stitch of the 5 stitch section. And place a yarn from the outside and place it in the hook. Hold it with one hand. And we'll need 1 row. And then need 5 rows again. And we'll just keep repeating that. From the right side, it's from the 5th stitch, and every 5 stitch. Place the yarn in. It's easier when all the needles are about the same protrusion. Okay. Need 1 row. And then need 5 rows. And then the 3rd stitch, the middle stitch of the previous 5 stitches. 3rd stitch. So we keep offsetting back and forth to create the checkerboard pattern. Okay, now I want to finish it up, so I will bind off and take it off machine first. Now it's off the machine. It looks like that. And we still have the light thread, the dental floss here. And in the bottom, we have yarn end, 1 on each side. So I can take off the clip. And next thing is to just tie the dental floss. And depends on how bunched up or how 3-dimensional you want. You can adjust that, make it tighter or looser. I'll do it from both sides. And let's look at the right side. And we just need to even it out. And after you like the texture, you can just tie up knots and weave in the yarn end of this dental floss. And as you can see, this bubble stitch bunches up a lot. It gathers a lot. So you have to make sure you cast down more stitches. So after it's done, it will be not as wide. So that's one consideration. And if you really need elastic, use the elastic thread. So it can be useful as a cuff. where you need it to be more elastic. You can also use the regular yarn, but it might be more difficult to pull compared to the dental floss, because the dental floss is usually stronger and smoother and thinner, so it's easier to pull. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.